at a concourse event, we always talk about the cars, the venue, the history, the judging, the owners. But what we never talk about are the guys who are behind the owners, the guys who get down and dirty and actually restore the cars to an award-winning level. So let's start with an award-winning restorer. Chris,
Thank you.
welcome to 21 Gun Salute.
Thank you
and
so much.
congratulations.
Thank you.
I heard some of your cars won.
Yes, some of them did, yeah.
Which one won? Which ones won?
So a couple of them won.
Okay.
We did 6 cars for this show presently.
Okay.
And all in varying degrees. So, for example, these 2 Bentleys behind you, we restored completely. Mechanically, I don't, my specialty actually is mechanical work.
Okay.
So we do engine, brake, suspension, steering, wiring, everything like that, except for body and upholstery.
Okay.
And so these 2 behind you, we've done all the mechanicals on, and one of them has won first runner-up. And
beautiful. Congratulations.
I actually entered one of my own personal cars in, and that won first runner-up.
Okay, congratulations for that. That deserves a better, bigger applause.
Thank you. Actually, that was not really supposed to be judged, but it was just for fun we brought it here.
Yeah.
But anyway, it did win something, so my boys are very happy with it.
Congratulations.
Thank
so
you.
tell me something. What got you into restoration?
That's actually quite a long story, but I'll try and make it as concise as possible.
Right.
I mean, I've always been interested in mechanical things or mechanical things of mechanical nature, and it started with cycles, motorcycles, and slowly went up the ranks. My dad was the one who influenced me with regards to vintage and classic cars.
Okay.
He started a small collection probably about 15-20 years ago.
Okay.
And we had nobody to maintain those cars.
Right.
And so I used to tinker around with them. I didn't have any knowledge, of course, but that's where I believe I started gearing towards vintage and classic cars.
You learned by doing.
I learned by doing. Actually, all my knowledge is all hands-on. I'm actually a commerce graduate, so I don't have an engineering degree or anything like that.
But that's the best way. That's the best way to learn.
But I now specialize in mechanical work, engine rebuilds, all these kind of things.
Awesome. So that's the way it is. And those are the guys who truly excel at what they do because they are so passionate about it. They don't need a degree. They just go get it done. The guys get the job done.
So I actually did work in Australia for a little while with a concern. So I started at the lowest level and I worked my way up till I was...
You apprenticed over there and then grew your...
Yeah, I worked up till head mechanic and then I left and came back to start my own place over here.
So Chris has his own garage in Bangalore, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he has restored 6 cars over here.
4 on this category.
4 in this category,
All
which is the Rolls Royce and Bentley category. So like the king of kings kind of situation over here. And his cars have won as well. Engine rebuilds, suspension builds, brake builds.
Yeah.
Which is, after doing all of that, which is your pick and take home for yourself?
You mean a car or...
Car. Entire car.
Personally, I have a preference towards this particular Bentley.
Okay.
I like the body style, and it is a 4.25 litre Bentley.
Oh wow.
And it runs like a dream.
I saw it run on the drive, on the Unity drive, so it was beautiful.
No, they're very smooth and they've got super acceleration and they've got pretty much everything, all the bells and whistles. So it's a very comfortable car to drive,
Can we daily this car?
You can.
In current situations?
Of course you can.
In current driving situations?
Absolutely. So long as you have the pocket for the fuel, you're all right.
That's fine. That's fine. If you can have a car like that, you can pay for the fuel. One stupid question. Can you fit AC in it?
People ask me that actually, and in fact, I'm retrofitting an AC into a Rolls Royce.
Okay.
Because the client lives in very hot conditions.
Right.
And because of that, he's not able to drive his car. And so what we're doing is we're retrofitting an electronic AC. So there's no nuts and bolts, nothing.
Okay.
We're not altering the engine at all.
Okay.
We're keeping everything original. It's a bolt-on system where they can remove it if they decide they don't want it for originality.
Right.
And he's going to use it as pretty much a daily driver to his office and back.
That's my dream, to do that. Buy something, put an air condition and drive it around.
Yeah, sometimes you got to make allowances for using the car because there's no point of restoring it if you can't use it.
I agree 100%. If it's designed to do something, it should be done.
But I'm sort of a purist in that form. I try to, as far as possible, keep originality as the first point. And so even though he asked me for a system, the only condition was that it would be a bolt-on, and I'm not going to do any modifications so that if we really need to, we can remove it and the car still retains its value.
Fair enough. That's fine. That's each to his own, but I appreciate and I respect your thought process in that. But thank you for coming on board, Chris. Appreciate it. And best of luck for next one.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
See you around. We are standing in front of a beautiful Rolls Royce that was just judged. This car belongs to Adar Poonawalla, and this is Behram Marker who has restored the car. Behram, what can you tell us about this car? What is it, first of all? Which Rolls Royce is it?
It's a 1961 Rolls Royce Silver Cloud 2.
Silver Cloud 2, okay. 1962.
It's 1961.
1961. Okay. What efforts have gone into restoring this car from your end? If you can share that
Taken
with us.
nearly 4.5 years to restore it, and it was a ground-up restoration.
Okay. This is a V8 engine inside.
Yes, with a 4-speed hydramatic transmission.
Okay. So you have done up the mechanics and the cosmetic bits of the car.
Yes,
4.5 years of pure love and dedication.
undoubtedly.
How difficult or easy was it for you?
Very difficult.
What do you expect from this concours event? Do you think the car is going to win? What do you think?
Of course.
Of course.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
Perfect, perfect. So I heard you say something very unique about this car. You said this is silver plated.
Yes.
That is why
Usually
it is.
many people chrome plate this.
Yeah.
I have basically silver plated it.
Okay.
Because the silver cloud has to have some silver on it.
Is that your thought process?
It's my thought process, and
Okay.
many a times the Rajas and the Maharajas had ordered it that way
Okay.
back in the day.
So they used to order a silver Spirit of Ecstasy,
Yes.
and which you have silver
it.
plated
Yes.
and buffed yourself. What I
Yes.
heard. Thank you so much for your time and
Thank
letting
you.
us know about
Thank
this
you.
car. What is restoration? Explain that.
So restoration is basically lots of hard work.
Okay.
I generally tell all my clients that from 100% of your restoration, 50% is your homework,
Right.
all right? And the rest 50% is the restoration part. So when you have your homework right, the restoration is done right.
Okay.
That's what it is about. So when we have, say for a car like this, the Jaguar here,
Right.
we had almost 6 to 8 months of decided to where to get the spares from, what is missing, what is required, what are the correct color, what is the correct combination in the car, what needs to be on the car, white wall tires, black wall tires, the leather combination, the interiors, the wood that we use,
Right.
everything had to be pre-decided before we actually started on the car.
Right.
And then we basically, once we have that in order, then we know that we're going to finish the car and everything's going to be perfect and a smooth flow. Otherwise, you're waiting for a part, oh, this hasn't come, that hasn't come. So we make our contacts, we find our vendors and make sure everything is in place before we actually start restoring. But that takes a lot of patience, obviously money, but most importantly, I would say the skill labor that we have, we use, the laborers, they put in their hard work. Obviously, it's a big team effort.
Right.
But including the vendors, including me, my brother who works with me.
Right.
I mean, he takes care of the detailing and the engine parts and everything. He's a professional engineer, and I do the body work. I make sure the lines are correct, all the spares are in order, and the homework of a particular marquee.
That's like rebuilding the whole car from scratch.
Absolutely.
Reconstructing the whole thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what I would say is that we are, it's a curse or a boon, I don't know, but in India we all have different marquees. We don't have one single marquee.
Right.
So sometimes I think it's good that we can learn on each car, like the Mercedes here or the Swedish Saab there.
Right.
So all 3 cars which we did were all different generations, different marquees, and all of them have such a difference in engineering, in spare parts we had to find.
Right.
So it's very difficult to get that. But we put it together, it's a lot of hard work, as I said, a lot of homework, which kind of gets us
Look
there.
brilliant. How many cars do you have here at the show?
So here we have around 12 cars for the
12
show.
cars.
Yeah, 12 cars.
That's a lot.
That's
How
a
many have
lot.
won?
So we won 4, and unfortunately the others we had tougher competition, but what it is, it is. It was fun.
It is fun. You always get to learn for
Absolutely.
next time.
Absolutely, including the judges. We try and find our flaws because they know better.
Right.
That's why they're here.
Yeah.
And the good thing about 21 Gun is that we see the most experienced judges who they know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
They know every car, they know the details from the trim to the interiors to the color combination, everything. They're like absolutely spot on everything. So we can't, and we get to learn so much from them that really helps us for our future projects.
The cars look good. Again, congratulations on you winning.
Thank you so much.
What can we expect from you for the next one?
Oh yeah, we've got tons in store, and we'll keep that as a surprise.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Cheers. Thank you so much.
So Jatin, how do you like the finished product now finally? What a journey it's been, no?
It's been a long journey of 2 years, maybe.
Well, 2015 when we first got the car,
7 years for you, 2 years for me.
2 years for you.
Yeah.
But what a state it was in. It was flat like a pancake. And everybody in the world thought that it couldn't be done.
I think what 4 number of pieces we removed from that
four
garage?
and a lot of little bits and pieces along
Yeah.
with it. And it was wonderful to see the shape it started taking. And finally, when we actually saw a body, so it looked like a car because otherwise it just looked like some scrap metal.
Correct.
And then as it slowly developed and the interior came about and the engine came about, and finally I remember when the engine cranked
Crank for the first time on
for
the
the
bench.
first time, and then you felt that the heart has started pumping.
That's when we thought that
Yeah.
some car is coming up now.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And finally, 3 days ago, to drive it for the first time on a long drive, 100 kilometers you drove, 100 kilometers I drove. That was
It
the
was
icing on
something.
the
It
cake.
was something else. It was something else.
The
Truly
Alpha
something
has to
else.
be driven.
Correct.
The joy of an Alpha is in the driving, nothing
Correct.
else.
Correct. No two ways in that.
And you were vindicated because the judges who were following you in a 7 series couldn't keep up with you. And they told you that.
Yeah, I was clipping it
Absolutely.
the way an Alpha should be.
So I can only say congratulations.
Thank
Well
you.
done. And let's do another one soon.
Definitely. 4th one, 5th one, 6th one. Don't know. Whatever the name.
Good enough.